how ancient civilizations built their empires, crafted their tools, and waged their wars. We often hear about Rome, Greece, and Egypt. But what about the technological powerhouse that was ancient India? Today, we reforging a path back in time to uncover the untold story of India's Iron Age, a period of incredible innovation that literally shaped the world. This isn't just a story about metal. It's a story about human ingenuity, secret techniques, and a legacy that has withstood the test of time. Let's set the stage. The Iron Age didn't happen overnight. It was a slow burn, beginning around 1800 BCE in some parts of the Indian subcontinent. While other parts of the world were still figuring out bronze, ancient Indian artisans were already experimenting with a much tougher, more versatile metal, iron. Early sites like Malhor in Uttar Pradesh and Halar in Karnataka have unearthed iron artifacts that are among the oldest in the world. This wasn't just a lucky discovery. It was the start of a metallurgical revolution. What made Indian iron so special? It boils down to one word: quality. Ancient Indian smiths weren't just melting down, they were masters of their craft. They developed sophisticated techniques to control the temperature of their furnaces, often using bellows to pump in air and achieve the high heat needed to smelt iron effectively. This resulted in iron with a higher carbon content, which is the key ingredient for making steel. Yes, you heard that right. Ancient India was a pioneer in steel production long before it became common elsewhere. One of the most legendary products of this era is something you might have heard of: wood steel. Originating in South India, wood steel was the stuff of legends. It was incredibly strong, yet flexible, and could be forged into swords with razor-sharp edges that were rumored to cut through silk scarves falling through the air. How did they do it? The exact recipe was a closely guarded secret, passed down through generations of blacksmiths. What we know is that it involved a unique crucible process. Iron, charcoal, and specific types of glass were sealed in a clay pot and heated for days. This slow, controlled process allowed the iron to absorb carbon in a very uniform way, creating a steel with a distinctive, beautiful pattern and unparalleled strength. These incredible blades weren't just for local use. Wood steel became a prized export. It traveled along ancient trade routes all the way to the Middle East, where it became known as Damascus steel. The famed swords of Damascus, known for their wavy patterns and legendary sharpness, were actually forged from ingots of Indian wood steel. So, when you think of those legendary blades, remember that their journey began in the furnaces of ancient India. This was a global trade in high-tech material thousands of years ago. But it wasn't just about swords and warfare. Iron transformed everyday life in ancient India. Farmers finally had access to strong, durable plows that could break up the hard, sun-baked soil of the subcontinent. This led to a massive increase in agricultural productivity. More food meant larger populations, which in turn led to the growth of cities and the rise of powerful kingdoms, known as the Iron axes cleared dense forests, opening up new lands for settlement and cultivation. Iron nails, clamps, and tools allowed for the construction of more complex and durable buildings, temples, and infrastructure. In every sense, iron was the backbone of a burgeoning civilization. One of the most mind-boggling testaments to this ancient mastery is still standing today in Delhi: the Iron Pillar. This massive pillar, over 23 feet tall and weighing more than 6 tons, was erected in the 4th century CE. Here's the incredible part. For over 1,600 years, it has stood in the open, through monsoons and scorching heat, without rusting. How is this possible? Modern scientists have studied it extensively and found that the pillar has a unique, thin protective layer of a compound called mesowite, which formed due to the high phosphorus content in the iron and the specific forging techniques used. It's a level of corrosion resistance that modern metallurgists find difficult to replicate. The Iron Pillar of Delhi isn't just a historical monument. It's a scientific marvel and a silent tribute to the forgotten geniuses of ancient Indian metallurgy. The skills of these ancient smiths were so advanced that they seem almost magical. They had an intuitive understanding of chemistry and physics, all without modern laboratories or textbooks. They knew which ores to select, how to build efficient furnaces from clay and brick, and how to manipulate the properties of the final metal through processes like quenching and tempering. This knowledge was a form of power, enabling empires to expand, societies to prosper, and culture to flourish. The Mauryan Empire, one of the largest empires of its time, relied heavily on its control over iron resources and production to equip its vast army and manage its sprawling territory. So, why is this story untold? For a long time, historical narratives have been very Eurocentric, focusing on the developments in Greece and Rome while often overlooking the equally, if not more, advanced innovations happening elsewhere. But as archaeologists and scientists uncover more evidence, the picture is becoming clearer. Ancient India wasn't just a land of philosophy and spirituality. It was a hotbed of scientific and technological innovation. The iron and steel that flowed out of its furnaces didn't just build an empire. It helped build the modern world. The legacy of India's Iron Age is a powerful reminder that history is full of surprises. It challenges our assumptions about the past and shines a light on the incredible capabilities of ancient peoples. From the legendary Woots steel blades to the rust-defying iron pillar, these artifacts are not just relics. They are messages from the past, telling a story of skill, secrecy, and science. They prove that innovation has always been a global phenomenon, with brilliant minds making breakthroughs all across the world. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey back to ancient India. It is truly fascinating to see how a single material could have such a profound impact on the course of human history. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more untold stories from the past. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure! We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.